Okay, this is Madison's voice lesson number 3. Okay, so let's do like we did last time and just kind of review posture. Just go ahead and talk me through what good posture is.
Okay, so you'll want to stand with your feet at shoulders length apart and have a nice like forward look.
Yeah.
So that you're not like looking too high up or too far down.
Perfect.
And then shoulders back. And then like there's like a string on the top of your head.
Yeah, perfect. We watched the last voice lesson with my professor, and he said, be careful telling people about sticking your shoulders too far back.
Okay.
Sometimes that creates like a curve in the back that causes unnecessary tension. So I guess when I say shoulders back, don't stick them back. Just kind of comfortably so they're not hunched forward. I think I had you do this where you turn your thumbs back. He said that's not always the best thing because it can go too far back. So if you just hold your arms out straight and then just kind of drop them, that's where it should naturally fall. And if you hold your arms out, you can kind of feel how your rib cage automatically kind of expands and it's kind of just more solid right there. And so then if you drop it, you can keep that kind of solid anchor, you can call it, of just like your rib cage is there, you're ready to breathe, you're ready to support. So there's that for you, but everything else is perfect. And then, do you remember anything that we talked about, like with the mouth and the throat or anything like that?
I remember you said that a lot of times you'll get tension in your jaw, and so to make sure that if you're like not to be sticking it out too far. Yeah,
perfect. I think a good exercise to do with that is to kind of create tension in order to release it, because it's hard to release tension in something that you don't really know that there is tension in. So let's just kind of feel our jaw right about here where it hinges, and go ahead and, tense your jaw for me. Kind of just like make the muscles cramp up. You feel that? And now go ahead and release it. You can kind of feel how it's a little bit different. You might not feel it too much right here, but you can just kind of feel it like all throughout your jaw. Let's do that a couple more times. Tense it again. And then release it. Then another way we can tense it is to stick it out really far. You can kind of feel that tension. So go ahead and release that. And kind of, wiggle it around. Perfect. And another way is to stick it in, or to pull it in too far. Kind of hard to do. Or to even just stick it down too far. That kind of feels more natural for us because we're kind of used to, yawning or doing things like that. That even when you stick your mouth open really far, you can still feel that there's tension, especially in the back. And here, and it just feels like you can't really move it very easily, right?
Right.
So a good thing for that is to open your jaw, just kind of let it hang comfortably where you don't feel any tension. It probably won't be too far. And then open it just a little bit further than that. And if you feel any tension, just kind of tuck your jaw in a little bit, but not to where you feel more tension. Does that feel relaxed, or does that feel like there's still tension?
No, it feels relaxed.
Feels relaxed. Yeah, don't tuck it in too much. If you overextend it, just kind of think of not necessarily tucking it in, but just letting the hinge kind of like fall and relax backward. Does that help at all? And so that way you have a nice relaxed jaw, and your mouth is open, so more sound can come out, and it will make a prettier sound. So if you feel tension at all when you're singing, try that, I guess. So good, that was good jaw work. And I think the other thing we talked about last time was your soft palate and your tongue, right? And how about like how your soft palate's kind of supposed to be up a little bit. It's hard to control it, but if you're nice and open and relaxed, it will go up a little bit, and your tongue will go down just a little bit, and you'll create this nice open cavity for sound to come out and kind of spin around and make pretty sound waves. So, and I think what we did last time was taking a surprise breath. Do you remember that? It's my birthday. Look at this present I just got. Perfect. So let's take a couple of those breaths, and let's hold it once we get there, and just kind of feel what's going on inside of our mouth, and how the soft palate goes up and how the tongue goes down, and how everything just kind of gets really spacious back there.
Okay.
Ready? You feel all that space? Yeah, and your eyebrows lifted a little bit, and your whole face kind of lifted, your cheeks went up. If you're going to look in the mirror and do it a couple times, you can watch how your face reacts to that too. Yeah. Uh-huh. And that's just a much more pleasant singing face. I don't really know if that has any effect on how it sounds. But I do know if you have like a kind of limp face, it can kind of cause the pitch to flatten a little bit. But I'm sure you wouldn't have a limp face. You're a very happy person. Another thing with the jaw, sorry, let's backtrack a second. I forgot to say this. When we sing, we like to open our mouth a little bit. So your jaw has to go down a little bit. But if you think, I might say like drop your jaw, but that's kind of a bad analogy to use or visual to use, I guess, because if you drop your jaw, it just kind of has to go straight down. Mm-hmm. But your jaw is actually on like a hinge. So it doesn't really go straight down. It kind of swings back a little bit. So if you think of your jaw always being on a hinge, you won't even have to worry about tucking it back in or pushing it out or even dropping it down. It'll just kind of swing open comfortably and kind of swing shut comfortably. So kind of experiment with that being on the hinge there. It's not a very like big hinge or obvious hinge, but you can kind of feel that. So if I say drop your jaw or open your jaw, just kind of picture it. Swing it back on the hinge. Yeah. Perfect. And then back to the surprise breathing we were just talking about. Another awesome way to get the same effect as a surprise breath without having to think about lifting your eyebrows or anything like that is to pretend like you're sucking in through a straw. So pretend like you're drinking your lemonade and you go. Do you feel how you kind of feel cold breath on the back of your throat? Do that a couple more times. Yeah, that's a really good way to do it. Except the only problem is you're lifting your shoulders. So look in the mirror and then take a couple of those breaths. Yeah, and feel it really in your belly, deep down instead of in your shoulder. Yeah. Ooh, lemonade, yummy. Yeah, perfect. Good. Let's work on some breath stuff real quick. Let's do a review of what we did last time. Remember that? Good. So let's do that. You had that down pretty much last time, so let's just review it real quick and then we'll move on to something else. Okay. So go ahead and look in the mirror. Okay. And we talked about expansion and suspension, right? And then releasing.
Yes.
So let's practice one of those. You expand, you suspend it for just a second, and then you release it. And remember when you suspend it that you're not necessarily holding the breath in, you're just kind of suspending it, I guess. You're not stopping it from coming, you're not pushing it back, you're not pushing it down, you're just kind of suspending it. So if you think of you're still technically breathing in while you're suspending it, that might help. Because if you hold it, it'll just create a lot of pressure, and we don't want that. So think of that again. In, suspend, and out. Good. And now we're going to move past that a little bit and try to make the suspension phase really, really quick, or even really not there at all, because I think you've got the hang of that. So now when you think about suspension, instead of thinking about suspending the air, just kind of think about it being like one fluid circle. So you're in, you're up, you're out. Because when you sing, you don't really want to be thinking about suspending right before you do it. And it'll just be a habit that you create. You go in and then you sing. Right? You go in and sing. So let's do a couple of those where you don't really suspend it, but you're prepared to release it in an organized manner without suspending it. Does that make sense? Okay. So in, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. How does that feel? Are you feeling like you're kind of suspending it, or not so much?
Not so much.
Not so much. Okay.
Should I do a little more? Or?
No. I think that's perfect. Okay. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like that you're releasing the air in a controlled manner, or?
Yeah, I feel like I could take in more breath, maybe.
Okay.
But that's probably my fault, just for not taking it fast enough.
No, that's okay. And just remember not to take in so much that you feel like tense. Right. You have to let it all out.
Okay.
So take some in and let it In. Out. In. Out. How does that feel?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's add the rrr onto
Okay.
it. So you can kind of feel, instead of just breathing out, you can kind of feel that air being put to good use.
Okay.
Okay. In and out. Good. Do it again. Good, that one is better. Try to think of, I don't know if we talked about that little constant stream of air. Did we talk about that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, think of your belly just really, or the balloon.
Right.
Yeah, if you open the balloon a little bit at the top,
Mhm.
it just kind of squeezes a little stream of air out through your vocal cords and does that nice, pretty, even sound.
Okay.
Think about that.
Okay.
In and out. Good, that was better. Let's do a few more. Yeah, a couple more. Good, do you hear it faltering just a tiny bit in the middle? It's pretty good for the most part, and then it falters, and then you get right back on it. Try to make it just even all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah, that was better. Do a couple more. Good, and make sure you're breathing only with your belly. I see your shoulders moving just a tiny bit, but not a lot. Yeah, that was a good one. Do one more. Yeah, that's really good. Perfect.
Okay.
So now let's do some vocalizing.
Okay.
So we're going to do kind of a similar warm-up to the one we did last time, but it's a little bit, I think, more fun.
Okay.
So this one is really good to do with the straw breath. So I want, not the shoulders though. It's good. That one it's like instinctual to lift your shoulders.
Right. Okay.
So before everyone, kind of think of taking in just a little baby breath of straw, or no, don't breathe the straw, but breathe through the straw.
Okay.
But you don't need a whole lot for each one because they're just short little exercises. So yeah, quick and short and
Okay.
and we're gonna go. Ooh, 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 ooh. So just the ooh vowel. So you'll breathe in on the ooh vowel and sing out on the ooh vowel.
Okay.
And it's just you, hoo, 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 hoo.
Okay.
You, hoo, 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 hoo. Yeah, it's easier to do when you're singing than saying it. All right, let me turn this up so you can hear me. Good. Because it looks like you're a little bit tense. Do you feel tense at all?
Maybe I was trying to focus on the stomach.
Yeah. No, it's totally fine. There's like a million things to think about.
Okay.
Yeah, look in the mirror for me.
Okay.
Then that way you'll be able to see better if
I'm moving
if
the
you're
shoulders.
tense.
Okay.
Yeah, or if you're moving.
Okay.
Let's go back down here. But it sounded good. So,
Okay.
yeah, wiggle it out. All right, ready? You were moving much less, so that's great. It sounds a little bit though like you're taking in too much air.
Okay.
And I say that because it sounds a little bit like each time you articulate the H, it kind of just sounds like you're releasing too much because you have to get it out in order to take the next breath. So this time we'll do it a couple more times and try to see how little air you can take and still do the whole exercise.
Okay.
I don't think you'll need a lot of air.
Okay.
But still try to do the straw thing. So doesn't have to be long.
Okay.
Really, the only thing with the straw is just so you kind of feel that open feeling and feel the cold air on the back of your throat. So even if it's like if it's like a millisecond or if it's really quick, you can do it slower and just take in less air. whatever, just experiment with it and see what feels best for you. But you don't have to take in a ton of air.
Okay.
All right, ready? Yeah, it already sounds better. Try and hold the last note just a tiny bit longer, and then you won't have so much time to take in the air.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to take a shorter breath. So,
okay.
You hoo 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 hoo. You hoo 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 hoo.
Okay.
That might help.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You.
Good. Perfect. Especially down in the lower part. That was really good. It's hard to sing an ooh vowel on the higher notes, so that's why it didn't sound as good.
Okay.
It wasn't anything you were doing.
It got worse.
Yeah.
I could tell.
And yeah, you're thinking about so much that it kind of just gets muddled. Yeah, that was good. When you sang that last note a little bit longer, you took in a little less breath.
Yeah, that helped.
Yeah, and it sounded clearer. Let's do the same thing on ya this time, and that way we'll be able to go a little bit higher and it won't sound
the same type of breath breathing in.
Yeah. Let's actually try, instead of the straw breath, which is good for you, let's try a surprise breath this time.
Okay.
Yeah. So same thing, just with the ah vowel.
Okay.
Okay? How did that one feel compared to the ooh? Is that easier or harder?
It felt a little easier.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. A lot of times for girls, the ah vowel is a little bit harder, but it's also easier to sing up top since it's open. Okay. So that's good. I'm glad it felt easy. Let's do it one more time just so you can get used to taking that surprise breath.
Okay.
And try and do a little bit less H this time.
Okay.
The holding it through made it a lot better. Now let's take out even more of the H just by thinking more of the vowel instead of the consonant. So,
okay.
Oh, not that note. Ya, I'm still saying the H, but it's just kind of like...
subtle.
Yeah, it's subtle. So, yeah. And you don't have to think about not saying the H, just think more about saying the consonant. Because the vowel, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We'll do just a few of the Thai ones again.
Yeah.
Your mouth is going a little bit like this, which is completely natural.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you say ah. But try and make it just a little bit taller.
Okay.
Ya, ha, 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 ha. But don't tense your jaw at all. Just tall enough. Or you can even think narrower.
Okay.
So it's kind of more like a tall and narrow ah as opposed to a big ah. So ya, ha, 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 that kind of thing.
Okay.
We'll start kind of in the middle and then we'll we'll go up a little bit more.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. This time. And last time it just kind of it was a little more of a squeak.
Yeah.
So that was good. So just open your mouth a little bit more.
Okay.
And it'll come out just fine. All right, let's sing some of this song. How about?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Come on over next to me so you can see it. And let's, since we haven't done this in a couple weeks, let's just review the melody first.
Okay.
And sing it on ooh together.
Okay.
And then we'll try and add the words to it and do some fun stuff with it. Okay. Key signature. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's just work on this page. This page is the same, just with different words. Okay. So let's just do this page for today, and we'll make this part good instead of just making the whole part okay.
Okay.
You're gonna try oohing alone this time. I'll still play the piano with you, but I won't ooh with you.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Breath there.
Yeah,
but that's okay because we're going kind of slow and
I think I got off here, but just because
I should have told you to breathe right here.
Okay.
Because then you didn't get enough breath.
No, that's fine.
Throughout that, and then you had to sneak breaths other places. Good. Okay. Let's do that again so you can get the melody. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. No problem. So just, I'll tell you, I'll kind of breathe with you when you're supposed to breathe. That'll help. I did see right when I looked up, you're a little tense. I don't know if your fists were. You just looked a little tense to me. So shake it out. Oh, my neck is cracking. And let's do it one more time, and then we'll put words to it. It sounds good. No, it'll be easy. Don't worry. It's Spanish. You know. You got it. It's easier than English. It actually is easier to sing than English because the vowels, there's so few vowels.
It's like 5 vowels.
Right.
It's like the 5 vowel sounds.
Right. So it's a lot easier because you don't have to make all the weird English vowels.
Right. Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 1. You want to start? That's okay. Shake it out and make sure you breathe with your belly.
Okay.
And kind of take the surprise breath right before we come in. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. 2, 3. Breathe. Good. Yeah. How did that feel?
Good. At the very end, I felt like I didn't have quite enough, but
running out of breath.
I mean, just at the very like the very last note, holding it. I felt like I could get to that one, but then holding it. Yeah, was hard.
Yeah, it sounded a little shaky just at the very end there, but the rest, especially the beginning, sounded really nice. Okay. All right, you gonna add the words to it?
I'll try.
Okay, let's speak them through together first.
Okay. I didn't know. We'll try.
That's okay. We can try. If we mess up, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. So, just repeat after me, I guess. I know you can read it just fine. But
No, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Por ver si me consolaba.
Por ver. Oh, right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Por ver si me consolaba.
Arrimé me un pino verde.
Arrime me a un pino verde.
Good. And so since they're two, they crammed like basically 3 words into one note. So kind of just me un pino.
No.
Yeah, just kind of. Un is the most important word, I would say.
Okay.
Because it goes with pino.
Yeah.
So arrimé me un pino. See how I kind of just elided all the vowels.
Okay.
Yeah, say that once.
Arrime me a un pino verde.
Perfect. Por ver si me consolaba.
Por ver si me consolaba.
Perfect. Let's do it phrase by phrase.
Okay.
We'll just do por ver si me consolaba first.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Por ver si me consolaba.
Good. Yeah, that sounded good.
Okay.
I would almost say that was better than just the oohs.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. All right.
We'll do it again.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Por ver.
Oh, sorry. No, that was my
No,
fault.
sorry.
My fingers were about to press this key instead of the rock.
That's fine.
One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Por ver si me consolaba.
Good. And now let's sing that phrase one more time and then we'll move on. But this time think of the balloon releasing
Okay.
that steady stream of air for me.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Por ver si me consolaba.
Good. It seemed like you
Yeah,
ran out of breath a
I
little bit at
did,
the
yeah.
end, but this note was a lot better. The time before that,
Yeah.
you weren't sure quite of what note to sing.
Yeah.
And I think that might have had something to do with the breath.
Yeah.
So that time when you were thinking more about releasing it steadily, you
Yeah.
had that note right on point. And it was
Okay.
perfectly on pitch. Let's move on and sing
Okay.
the next phrase. Arrimé me un pino verde.
Will you sing it one time?
Sure.
Like with the words? Just
Yeah.
because I'm trying to see how it would.
Sure. Hopefully I can do it right.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
2. Arrimé me un pino verde. Sorry, I played that wrong.
Okay.
Not wrong, but did that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Sing that
Okay.
for me. 1, 2.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
Too slow. Okay.
1, 2. Good. Yeah. That one's tricky.
Yeah.
I think you tried to go up on the un
Yeah.
part, but that's
It's
okay.
all
It's just because
saying
it's the
that.
first time you sang that. So let's sing that one more time.
Okay.
1, 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think I'm trying to start too high there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know, because I feel like I'm like doing.
That might be it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sing it with you this
Okay,
one.
okay.
That might help.
Okay.
1, 2. Arrimé me un pino verde. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do that one very soft this time.
Okay.
1, 2.
Arrimé me un pino verde.
Sorry. Yeah, that was really good. Good, and let's finish it off.
Okay.
Por ver si. Yeah, yeah.
Consolaba. Okay.
Good. All right, 1, 2.
Por ver